So in the last class, we have seen creating our own Docker file for address book, right? Today we'll do that in the CI/CD pipeline. Like we will integrate this part, building the image in the CI/CD pipeline. That is the agenda of today's class, right? We have a Jenkins file placed, right? So we would modify this Jenkins file, which would build the image and push to Docker Hub, right? Those are the steps we need to automate. So this is my Jenkins server. Let me connect to this first. Start Jenkins. And we need to place the stage in the Jenkins files, right? So let us also go to our code. Open our Jenkins file, the address book report. And which branch are we working on? We are working on some branch. Uh,
Mas-
so this is Jenkins. Let's go through the pipeline which we have created.
Branch main, I guess.
Sorry?
Main branch.
Okay, main branch. And where is this is our pipeline, if I'm not wrong. Correct? This is the packaging. We were doing packaging on the server directly, and this is our pipeline. We have created it on. Yes, master branch. All right. So let's proceed to the master branch to make the required changes.
Preethi, can you come again? What are we doing today? Because I missed initial part because there was some internet problem.
We are creating a pipeline to build the image. Whatever we have done yesterday, we were going to integrate it in the pipeline.
Okay.
So this is what we were doing in the last class where we were building. Okay, I will create a new branch from this git checkout minus B, let's say B1 branch from master. Okay, I'm going to create a new branch. Oh, B1 already exists. Let's say a feature branch with Docker integration. Okay, this is the branch I'm going to create, and I have switched to the branch. If you check the status, yes, I'm on feature Docker branch. So this is where I would like to make my changes. Already I cleaned up with all the unnecessary code. Yeah, so this is the one. So this stage needs a lot of modification. Okay, so here what I would say, package plus containerize. Like instead of packaging, I would say containerize it, the stage. Plus push the image to registry. Okay, this is going to be the stage. And here, I would be doing this on a remote machine where I would, these things can be the same. First, I would copy the script and I would run the script. But what is the script? What do I need here? If I just go here, I don't want, of course, I need Git here. but I don't need Maven and Java. Correct? I would be doing these things in the container itself. Okay, and then what do we need? We need Docker for sure. So install Docker and start Docker. Correct? And then yeah, clone the repository. In this repository, uh, I should have the Docker file. So I'll put the Docker file before that. Feature branch, feature Docker. Okay, so if it is not, it will pull. Then go to this repo, git checkout, feature Docker, right? And then here I don't need these steps, correct? I don't need these things. Rather, what we'll do there on that machine? Docker build,
Docker commands.
right? -t, some image name. Okay, and then the path of the Docker file. Path of the Docker file is in this path, right? This is where it will clone and it will have the Docker file. So put the path of the Docker file. That's all. Good with this
Preethi?
part, everyone?
Yeah, this feature git checkout feature slash Docker. Why that slash Docker is?
The branch name I have given.
Okay, branch name is Docker, is it?
Feature slash Docker is the branch.
Okay, we can use slash also in the branch names.
Actually, that's how we use all feature branches. If you have to develop any feature branches, this is how we keep.
Okay. The name of the branch itself is feature slash Docker.
Yes.
Could you please show that once?
Oh,
Git branch. Could you please show that in the terminal once? Okay. Thank you.
so also let me add the Docker file. Yesterday we have created Docker file here, right? So I'm going to put the Docker file here. Whatever we have written yesterday using the multi-stage build, I can add that here. Let me get the multi-stage Docker file. Mm. Just a second, I have this somewhere. I think I have this multi-stage in the other branches. Or in the server I have it. Let me just copy it. Right? So multi-stage builds, stay whatever we have seen. So the same thing I copied here. So this is the Docker file that would be built, which would be cloned and present in this location. Is the script file clear, everyone? Any questions in the script? Any confusions, questions? Good with the script file?
Yesterday we did not discuss multi-stage. You just told that it reduces the file image size, but I think we did not go through the Docker
Yesterday we
file.
discussed this, right? Build stage from here, it will copy and finally image will be built from this stage. Yesterday I built this as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, we discussed this yesterday.
Louder, please.
Yeah, we discussed this yesterday, Preeti. This
Yeah,
was already done. Yeah.
we discussed this. Please watch the recording.
Mm.
I explained this slim and from the first stage it will build, next stage it will not have Maven. I have executed this, went in there and have shown you all of this. Once
And
watched,
what go offline? Maven dependency go offline.
like already if dependencies are downloaded, it will use from the cache. It will not read out.
Okay, it's a syntax, is it? Go offline.
Yeah.
We discussed this, but you just told that it reduces the size, but we did not go through the script. That's all. No worries.
Went through the Kavya. Once watched the recording, somehow you missed it. I went through every line of this. This also
Yeah,
I
it
have
was
explained.
too,
Maven dependency
yeah,
offline also explained.
yeah, 10 minutes. I mean, last 10 minutes was because
Yeah.
I just refreshed some time back, so I remember.
Okay, thank you.
Watch it. If you have any questions, get back. Please make sure you're watching the recording, even though you attend the sessions. Because like definitely we miss certain things. So to register better, please go through the recordings. Anyway, any
Sure.
questions in this Docker file or in the script file? Any questions from anyone? Are we good with the script and the Docker file? Docker file is created yesterday, and this is the script previously, but these are the changes. We don't need Maven and Java directly on the server. On the server, what we need Git to clone the repo, and we need Docker to do Docker builds. And everything else, this is same, and we don't need these steps. We need Docker build on the Docker file. So Docker, some image name and the part of the Docker file. So now coming back to this is the stage, right? On the build server earlier, I used to build the var file directly, but now on the build server, I'm calling again the same script which will build the image. But what I need is whenever I'm building the image, I may run the same script multiple times. Each time I run the script, I would like to have a unique image, right? So I would like to assign the image name as well. So I would define a image name here as another variable. Image name is, this is my repo name, right? DevOps China. And my private repo is Java Maven private repos. Okay, this is the image name. So now whenever I'm calling this, I would like to pass this image name in the script. So what I would do, also image name will be always same like this one, but I want to put a tag name which would be unique. There were some inbuilt environment variables like double number in Jenkins. So I would like to add this as a tag name. Build number 1, 2, right? Those are the. So I want to pass these two variables to this script through positional parameters. So what I'll do here, instead of hard coding this image name, because each time I would get a new image. So what I would do, $1 colon $2, right? First variable and second variable means whenever I call this, first variable is image name means this one, colon 1 for the first build, colon 2 for the second build. That's how each time a unique image will be built. Build number is a Jenkins built-in variable. All Jenkins built-in variables can be seen this way. Mhm. env vars. Oh, no. I forgot that page. Okay, correct. Only env password. See, branch name, branch is primary, change ID. These are all Jenkins inbuilt variables. Similarly, you have build number. build number. See, the current build number is 150, like that example. So I'm using this as a tag name of the image. So you run it 10 times, it would be 10 with the tag 10 would be the last image, right? So it will call the script build the image. Once you build the image, then I want to push the image. Push the image to private registry means I may take a new build server, right? On this new server, you have to do Docker login. So SSH, this one build server, SSH into this machine. This is nothing but EC2 at the rate IP address, right? Then sudo docker login -u. I may put some username and -p password. How do I put password here? Right? That's one thing I need to sort out. After login, push it. Like SSH. Build server, SSH into this machine. Sudo docker push the image name. Image name would be dollar image name colon dollar build number. Right? That's it. So, but then everything is fine. But then how do you get this password here? What I would do is I would like to store these credentials on the credential store of Jenkins. Instead of hard coding there, what I'll do, manage Jenkins. Credentials. So go for the credentials, add the credentials. Um, Username, credentials are Docker Hub. Let's use the username with password type. Okay, username is, you may give any name. I would like to give username as username only. One second. Username, password. I'm sorry, username is, this is the username, right? Of my Docker Hub account. And the password I should place here. Done. And some ID of these credentials. Docker Hub. Store it. See, you have different types of credentials, username with password, SSH name with private key. See, this is how they are. Okay, fine. Now, how to use it in the script? To use this in the script, what I will do is pipeline syntax reference snippet generator, right? There is something like with credentials block. With credentials block. With credentials block, bind credentials to variables. And here you bind it. Username with password separated. Okay, and here you choose the credentials. This is the one I generate this.
What? Sorry, Preeti. What is co-joined here? Co-joined.
Where
Username with password.
it will be only one set of credentials. We are using two separate things, right? For username and password. Here I have given username and password. You may put all of them in only one variable. That is the type you should select in the credential store.
Okay. Thank
Here
you.
I am selecting two separate variables for them. So see, this is the block you should use. Username, password type, credential ID, password variable, and username variable. Like you can add those variables here. Whatever names you want, you can give them. So this is the block I would like to add here. So let me add it here. Okay. So here, what is the password variable you want to give? You can choose your own. Any variable name, that's just a variable name. Means in this variable, the actual value will be stored. Similarly, okay. Now here, instead of hard coding this way, DevOps trainer and all, I'll use that variable. This variable is coming from the credentials of Jenkins. Similarly, -p, right? That's how it will do Docker login and Docker push that image. Later on, if you want, you can run that image, but let this be the first stage. Containerize it and push the image to registry of Docker Hub private registry. I mean, private repository on Docker Hub. If you want, you can do the same with ECR also. Good with this block, everyone? Are we good? Any questions in this block? Check the matching curly braces. Yes. And here, build server. I need a build server. Let me check if I have some build servers. I'll take a new server, okay? So, Amazon Linux 2, T2 Micro, key pair is AWS key. That's it, T2.micro, Amazon Linux 2 launch. This is my build server where image will be built. Earlier, I used to deploy directly here, the package, var file, but now that's going to be the build server. Okay, let me take the private IP so that it remains same. Okay, any modifications, corrections needed, we will do. So first, let me add this much. Get commit, Docker stage added, git push version, feature Docker is the branch. So done. Now let's go to our Jenkins. Let's create a new pipeline. Second pipeline is DevOps 2. Pipeline type. The repository URL. Address book. And the branch name is feature Docker branch. Now let me build this. Compile, test, all are happening directly on the server. If you want, you can even containerize it. Test case execution happening. Report generation. The third stage where it was only, it will install Docker on that new server. It should do Docker login. It should do Docker build, Docker push. This is the new server. Okay, let's connect to the Sunset. I did not log in till now. Everything should be done by Docker. Sorry, everything should be done by the pipeline. Yeah, so here I think we should have Docker. And also in the home directory, right, like earlier only, but Docker might have been there. It might have built Docker images. Yeah, it was not yet built. It might be still building. And Docker login might have done already. Maybe after build Docker login happens, right? So let's wait. Yeah. Inside the container, all of this is happening. If you see, it might have started the build. Yeah. See, it has done SSH and containerized the code printed, copied here, copied the back. See, do you see image name? First one is image name, build number. I'm passing two variables. $1 is this complete part. This is $2, second variable into the script. So it might have started installing Docker. Yeah, cloning, switch to this branch. And see, from first step. So Docker build started. This is all Docker build. Inside the Docker container, I mean, during the build, this is all happening. And yeah, it's still building, seventh step. Do you see that? Still building the image. So let's wait. See, successfully built. Yeah. Okay, let it finish. Login succeeded. Push is happening. Do you see that? Docker login succeeded with this command. Where is it? Docker log. Docker log. Okay, let me show you now. See, image is built successfully. Yeah. Successfully built this image and tagged this way. First $1, $2. If I run it second time, tag would be $2. So then Docker login happened this way and login succeeded. It has pushed this image to the Docker. That is done finally. If I run it second time, it would be $2. Let me show you on the Docker Hub as well. Hub.docker.com, because see, we need to store all the versions of it. Yeah, this is the $. Do you see? A few seconds ago, this was pushed. Again, if I run, it would be $2. Let me remove unnecessary images there. These are done in the earlier pipelines, maybe. Right? This is each time we need to manage, we need to create versions of the images. Means whenever a code change, new var file is built, deployed. And all those versions will be stored on the Docker Hub. Whichever version you need, you will run that container. But yeah, understood this, everyone? So on this build server, now see you have this image that's been pushed. Login might have happened already. So if I try to do this, it says already, like, see, login succeeded. I did not do this manually. And also it would not create any container, but this is just a build server. It's not that you run every container. Maybe on other deployment servers, test servers, you may deploy it. I'll add that later. Is this much clear for everyone? Any questions?
No, Preethi.
All good? All this code is available on the address book. You should definitely try from your end. Feature Docker branch. Okay, this is where you have all the code available. Whatever I am using today. Let me rerun. Okay, let's rebuild. Every time automatically this build happens, right? Whenever developer code is changed, new var file, so new Docker image, which will be stored into the Docker. You maintain different versions of it and deploy whichever version you need. So yeah, see here. See $2 this time. Image name is $2. So here if you see it would be $. Maintain different versions. So whichever version you need, you deploy that one. You don't need to deploy everything. You don't need to do Docker. And that would happen on a different server, right? So okay, fine, images. But let me add one more stage for this. Okay, let me add a stage. Another stage where I would deploy Docker container. Maybe on a test server, I might run this, or else a deploy server, whatever it is. So agent any, okay, and then steps block, script block, sh agent block. Script block, steps block, stage block, stages and pipeline. Okay, so done. So I'm using the same key. So I'm using sh agent slave, and then yeah. So on this machine, what do I need? Run the Docker container. Okay. So to run the Docker container, even I need all these steps. Okay, first let me copy them. I'll modify this anyway. So first, do I need the script? I need to install Docker and start Docker. So I wouldn't copy this. So build server on this one, I would directly write here. Sudo install. This is a new server, okay? This is not a build server. I'll take another server. Let's say deploy server or test server, whatever you call it. Let me also create one more variable. Deploy server equal to EC2 user iterate some new server. Okay. So that's where I want to do this. And also start Docker. Systemctl start Docker. You may use separate script also, but just 2 lines, right? So I'm writing here itself. And yes, Docker login should be there obviously to pull, but here it is simply Docker run -itd with the port forwarding enable. That's all. Correct? Just go through it. Yeah, you don't need to build it. Already it's there on the hub. So I need this line as well because there also Docker login should happen to do Docker run. It has to pull, right? So after this block, I do have this. This is for with credentials block. Okay, this is for sh agent block, script block, steps block, stage block, stages, pipeline block. Is this much clear and good? Are we good? Of course, this is all deploy server or test servers, wherever you want to run the container. I'm running the same one, whichever built in this account. Got it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me put a deploy server also. Let me create one more server where I would deploy. You may call it as a test server, staging server, or whatever. P2 micro, the same key I'm using. So that's another new server where Docker will be installed and Docker will be started. And it will not build there, it will just run there. But still it needs Docker login. So This is the deploy server. Let me say. Private IP. Okay. So now
Hmm. In Git file, where we are managing the versioning,
Git file.
yeah, like we are pushing all this configuration file or all the changes, right? So, did you mention version anywhere?
Version is branches are maintaining the versions, right? This is the branch which is having this version of code. In master branch, you have a different version of the code. We don't need to mention the version explicitly. Branches will help you have the versions.
Okay, like last time you said we are using Git because if some code went wrong, so we can switch to the previous version.
Hmm. Versions are maintained in branches. You can switch to the branch for any other version you have. The previous version, we have checked it from master branch. So you have the previous version in master branches. This is the deploy server. Initially say, oh, is this a deploy server? But how come we have Docker here? This is the one. Am I into the right machine? 182. Yeah. Is the stage executed? Oh, okay. Okay, already it is done very fast because earlier stages were done. So yeah, last stage, login succeed and it is just doing Docker run. It will not create the image, it will just pull it and it will just run it. So let me show you. Yeah, Docker is there and it will not clone any repo. Do you see there is no address book and there is no shell script here? Whereas if you check Docker images, yes, you have the image and you have this as well. And it is forwarded to 32768 on the deployment. And it is running that particular image, not any random image with build 3, tag 3. So if you go to the instances IP of the deployment server, 32768 slash address book, let's see the image. Um, slash image deployment server. Yeah, and the security and the security rules. Right, this is what you said. Got it right, everyone? Finally, this is your CI/CD pipeline to deploy. Containerizing, building the image on build servers, on developer servers, then deploying it onto different environments like staging, test, UAT, and so on. This is where your application is running. Each time unique image, different versions of the images, means different versions of your code is maintained in containerized form here. Whichever image you want, you can run it. And this is your Jenkins file, which is managing all of this. And these stages are almost same. Here you are building, logging, logging and pushing. Here just login and running the content. You can do one more thing. Let's say on deployment, let's say you need manual approvals. Isn't it? Sometimes when you deploy, you may need manual approvals. That is possible through input block. Here input, you may ask for some message as, let's say, please approve the deployment. Only with the manual approval you want to proceed. You may print some message like okay message can be yes to deploy. Okay, whatever you want, you can give here. This is user-defined message. And what parameters you want to pass to deploy. Let's say you want to pass some values. Okay, you may use it like which versions or something like that. Okay, choice parameter or else parameters can be of different types. Text parameters, Boolean parameters, choice and so on. Choice means a drop-down list. So I may say name. Let's say you want to put the app version, something like that. You want to just give some app version. You may mention choices here. Different values you can have here, 1.1 or 1.2, 1.3 and so on, right? So it will, what happens with the input block, it will pause there for user input. Until user gives the input, it just pauses here. Let me show you this.
And where can we use this parameter? In the script block, we can use this, is it?
Which one? Okay, input block, not in the script block, in the stage block. Before anything gets executed, you can add this input block.
We have given a choice, right? So
Hmm.
it would have been stored in app version, the choice.
Mm.
So that app version, we have to use it somewhere, somewhere.
You
Because
want to
if
print,
I
you can
say,
use like
okay,
like this variable. If you want to print somewhere, you can use this variable. That's a parameter or variable.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I
want to
was,
print it. I just want it to display this way.
okay.
Let me show you with the run. See, each time you get the time reduced. Yeah, see here, it just paused for us our input. Pause. Do you see pause for 3 seconds? Please approve the deployment. That's a message I have given. This is the app version. And because it's choice, a drop down, whichever you want, you can choose. And you can say okay or S to deploy or this, you can customize whatever name you want or abort it. Means it will stop. If you want to proceed, yes, it will start execution. Right? That's what this input block does. Here also you can see in the console output. Yeah, input requested. It will pause there. Approved by admin means I am logged in as admin user. So, right?
From
That's
here, we can provide the input or only for this stage view.
no.
From console also, console output also we can
You
provide the
can.
input.
You can provide from there also. From here you can provide, or else in the console output you can provide. Till you provide the input, it will wait. There will be some time of expiration. Within that time you have to provide. Otherwise, it will expire after that time. Some default time is there. If you want, you can also increase that time. Like whatever number of days you want to wait for it. Number of days or hours, you can customize that time as well. See, this is how it will just pause. You may confirm, provide input from here, or else you may provide input from here. Here, if you click this, yes. Okay, yes to deploy. It started deploy. That's what is this input block does. All those versions were being pushed here. See, tag 5. That particular image will be deployed here. So many containers might have been ready by now on the deployment server. This is a deployment server. So yeah, see, bill number 3, 4, 5 on different ports. 32768, 32769, 32766. Got it?
Preethi, if I have to choose the build number and app version before the pipeline starts, so is that possible? Because for a QA team, there used to be some parameters where we had to choose the build number and which server we want to deploy, and then the pipeline used to start.
Yes.
So here in between it is coming, right? This parameters message.
See,
So
for this
before,
stage, we were using it. See,
yeah, for this stage.
if you want to use here, put that in any stage you want. If you want it in the beginning, put here itself. Here
No,
also,
the
we are not using this anywhere. You may use it like this variable. Let's say here instead of bill number, I would like to choose my bill number here, man, because so many bills are happening. But here I would say bill number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would choose it. Maybe I can take here a bill number as a variable. I can write whichever version I want to deploy. Only that one can be deployed. Making
I meant before starting any stage, because the pipeline wouldn't start at all. Before I choose that, only, yeah, in maybe in the environment parameter, probably first it will take and then,
you
right? Here,
can put before any stages itself. You can have parameters block here where you can
okay.
define whatever parameters you want. That is also possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like now currently we are using the pipeline like first we need to select whether we need to do the rolling restart or deployment or test this option, right? Kabe, you're talking.
Mm.
Yes, yeah. Before starting any pipeline, we used to choose what is the build number and all these things, and then the pipeline used to start when I say build
Yeah.
or deploy, something like that.
That's what you will add for parameters here. That will take care of this. You may add different parameters. Like let me add few. These are again in the official documentation. So like string parameters you can have, Boolean parameters you can have. Depending on the Boolean parameter, you may want to proceed. Okay, choice parameters you may use, whatever. See, okay. So these are the parameters. What happens with this? Okay, let me also print them somewhere. If you want, you can print them. Boolean parameter I may add here to maintain the version. Like I can add when conditional statements, when expression, and how do you refer the variables? Params dot execute this. Execute this only if this is true. Means this stage, this unit test stage will execute only if this is true. See here, execute test default values through some description. You may put default value false, or else during runtime it will ask for these values. Let me add a choice parameter also. I have used this in the input block, but still if you want to choose some other versions, whatever. Okay. Just here also, if you want to print anything, compiling the code with, what is this value? Default value is env, okay? Code and parents dot env. What is the value? Env, right? So you may use any variables this way as well. This should be enclosed in the curly braces. Right. So this is parameterizables. That's one way to parameterize. You may also parameterize here also. This project is parameterized. See, Boolean parameter. So that's what I did through the code. You may add here also, but we will not add here because that's the best practice. For the first run, you don't see anything. You go with the means build happens with the default values. Like if you go to console output, I'm having some, yeah, already. Do you see compiling the code test? What is this test? Coming from this parameter. Default is test. That's why it's printed. Understood? It's going with default values for the first time. Okay. Running the test cases, this also happened because default is true. It paused there. That's fine. Let it be. And I would start. See, now you see build with parameters from second time. See, you see all your parameters. Let's say I'll say trot. I don't want to execute a Boolean parameter will be a checkbox. Version is this. Now you build it. You will see the corresponding value. See, compiling the code in prod environment. Do you see this line? And test cases will be skipped. See, test case is skipped if you notice. There will be a line, unit test skipped due to when conditional, because when conditional is false, that is skipped, it went to the next stage. So if you see the pipeline, see, this is not executed. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Now parameters initially before the run, you can configure it. Because now they were configured, you can see the same here also. Do you see that? But I did not add this manually. Through the script I have added. Always do it through the script. Don't do it from the UI. Majority of the times this UI, all of this will be grayed out. Means that can be blocked by admins. Because you need to do it through Jenkins file. This is called parameterized file. Description is here, the default value, the variable name, right? Defaults. And whenever you run, you provide all the values. This is kept and this is waiting for input. Again, if you want to run, yeah, whatever you want, you can choose. Got it?
Yes, Preeti. And I had one more question. Where you gave username and password.
Where we?
Set the username and password under, just a moment, I think.
I think on the manage Jenkins, we can keep.
No, which username and password you are asking?
So that global credentials.
Manage and credentials
Yes,
store. Here are your
system.
credentials.
Yeah. So here we set, right? And you choose username with password. Username. So how do we know that we have to choose that particular option? Username with password?
Earlier we
Because
stored
us
this.
as well. Yeah.
Earlier we stored this SSH key, right? So how do we know? It's as per requirement, right? We have SSH key and private key. So when you choose here, there are different types of credentials. As per your requirement, you will choose it. Till now, we have used username with password. We have used SSH with private key. We will also use the secret text as well. If you want to store any secret files like SSH files or certificates, you may choose them as per the requirement. We'll use this also later.
Okay.
You
What
put
is GitHub?
If you want to connect to GitHub application, that's another type of credentials. If you want to connect with a private GitHub.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Jenkins drop down. This is two option. In post
Where is
condition.
1 minute, where is it? J-
Okay. No, when we are creating any new job,
Okay. Mm.
so it's a one build other project and other is a build other project with manual.
You're talking about post build actions?
Yeah, post build action.
Okay, let me take this. Now,
Um,
mm.
no, yes. Uh, Here is a two option post build project and one is a build other project manual step.
Under
Other option.
build, you have different things. Build other project means you will build next project. Once this job is done, it will start next job.
There's one more option, build other projects, manual something.
Where is it?
Maybe that asking. Yeah, under that. Yeah.
Yeah, under that down, come down. Yeah, build other project
Seventh
manual
one.
step.
Seventh one.
Seventh one, yeah.
There.
Below Git publisher.
Oh, okay. Build other projects. This one,
And
downstream projects names. This was also same, but I haven't used it. Error failed to load, help not found. Help is also not available.
okay.
See, actually, I'm not sure about this. I'm seeing this for the first time, but downstream project means job which is following. Both are same. I don't see any difference. Let me tell you, we never build the projects this way. You already understood by now, right? Do you think
Yeah.
we create this way and connect them with post build triggers?
Through Python.
This one we will use. In real time, you will never do this. But to go to this stage, we need to learn it. That's why I have shown you that. So don't worry much about that. We
Okay.
never use jobs this way. We'll never connect them with post-build actions. We never create individual jobs, connect them this way. This is very basic method for learning purpose. That's a basic way so that you understand the pipeline. This is the actual way. I cannot jump into this part straight away, right? You should get clarity on like how they were built. So we went to that. But this is the real approach.
Okay.
We connect them or we set the sequence in the Jenkins file. Always Jenkins file is used in CI/CD pipelines in real time. We never create individual jobs and connect them with post build triggers. No. Maybe for POC kind of or some quick testing they may use, but we'll never, I haven't seen them in any projects till now I have worked on. But you need to know it so that you know the flow. That's a raw method. Maybe like I said, for POC or for quick kind of testing, maybe you may use. Any more queries? This is
Yeah,
the
my
complete.
yeah.
Hmm.
A webhook when I trying to do the webhook, it's getting failed. But I am following the same step. Like I received the error message, large delivery was not successful. Successful, failed to connect the host.
It depends on network connectivity and all. If you understand the concept, you can just leave it because that URL changes in the organizations. It's not always slash GitHub. Okay, that will be configured again by the admins and they'll provide you they will configure the webhooks. So just understand the concept. That's fine because sometimes because of network lag and also you may not be able to connect to it.
Okay, so after IP
Also,
address,
Also, another thing is our IP address keep on changing, right? So yeah,
yes.
there will be problem for it to identify it. In near real time, they'll have elastic IPs or else static IPs, which would be fixed. The URLs will have the complete DNS, right? So understand the concept, that should be fine.
Okay.
So this is the complete CI/CD part integrating Docker. Okay, and tomorrow we will be stepping into Docker Compose, where we'll start with another application. Till now we were doing address book. Tomorrow we will talk about microservice application with a front end as PHP and back end as a database. We are heading into bit complex applications. So do hands-on for this. We were using 3 servers here. Do complete hands-on, watch the recording and do it. You have the code available on the GitHub. You can use, initially you just clone it and execute it by changing your IPs and all. Later on, you can start writing on your own. For the first run, don't try to write line by line on your own. First, try to execute, understand thoroughly. Then later on, you can do this. Any more questions from anyone? All right then. All right. We'll close here, go through the session, and we'll continue. Thanks, everyone. Good day.
Good day. Bye.
Good evening.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Have a good day. Bye.
Yes.